One thing occurs to me. I really cannot let the week go without commenting on Steve Ditko. Steve was certainly one of the most important creators in the comic book business, and his talent was indescribable. I worked with him for many years and was always impressed with how he saw everything in terms of photos and pictures and movement and scenes, and he told the story like a fine movie director would. And I think that he will be very greatly missed by the public and by his fans. And I'm sure there'll be a lot written about him as time goes by. And I will be one of the guys who buys the first book. You made a real impression here in the world. Excelsior.
Follow and subscribe, guys. See the other videos I made about Steve Ditko. And this is Graig Weich from BeyondComics.tv. So happy that he got the respect that he so greatly deserved for such a long time. And we did it, guys. You know, Hollywood Reporter took the story when I called them to let them know that he passed. It was unacceptable that nobody had reported Steve's death in over 10 days. That's craziness. That's crazy. Nobody checked on this guy. It's heartbreaking. Thought you guys might get a little kick out of seeing this original handwritten letter by Steve, written in pencil over here, which I put in plastic to protect it. What a lovely guy. What a lovely guy. I was so honored to have met him. You guys can see the other videos where we met each other and spoke. And he spoke to me almost 30 minutes. I mean, what a wonderful, incredible guy. So well dressed, he looks exactly like he does in the photos. Just old, you know, but a young artist at heart. And here's Steve Ditko's voice. I thought you guys might get a kick out of hearing him speak. Hope you enjoy it.
The creators of flawed ideals believe that no real difference exists between a flawed hero and a flawed villain. Both have some good and some bad in them, so they blend into a grayness where no one is better than anyone else, and where the worst can justifiably claim that he is as good as gray as the best. If it is impossible to know what is true and to do what is right, then the flaw, the worst, will be the new standard of good. Man will be defined as a flawed, anti-rational animal, and all that corrupts and harms life will be the new virtues. Like deliberately flawed eyesight, where self-blindness is the ideal, anti-life behavior will be the new standard for living. The resentment against the perfect hero is a resentment against A is A, against the integration of truth and behavior, against the non-contradictory identity of a moral ideal, against reality and life's measuring ruler, a rational moral standard.
So this has been a very hard time to kind of, for those of you who didn't see the other video, I was going over to drop off my comic to Steve. He had seen some of the stuff from my cell phone that I showed him that I was working on. And the book finally we got signed by Marvel and DC Comics distributors, Diamond, which was just a huge dream come true. And the book came out July 4th, and I was going over to show Steve a few days later. And unfortunately, I had found out that he passed. Very sad. It's just, to me, for the guy who created, Doctor Strange, and he co-created Spider-Man and all these heroes with Stan Lee. My God, just it kills me that he passed alone in his apartment without family. But I was very honored that my videos were able to reach Steve's nephew, who reached out to me, and lovely guy. And I'll try to help him with Steve's stuff when he comes to the city. Very nice guy, and boy, was that what can I tell you? I'm just glad that all of you guys rallied around and wrote such lovely letters remembering Steve. He was a very creative guy, had very strong principles. He looked just like you see him now. His nephew looks so similar to him, except with a beard and long hair, but very similar face. Just amazing stuff, and you're just seeing some of the other things. That's young Steve right there. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe for updates. Post your comments below. This is comic book artist, writer, and director Graig Weich from BeyondComics.tv. And please make sure to check out the other videos if you missed them on Steve and some of the other stuff that we're doing here, and sending you guys all happiness and positive thoughts. And let's try to just, keep the word of Steve Ditko alive, you know. And listen, let's not hate on Stan Lee either. I just wanted to say that, you know, Stan has in later years done his best to try to, you know, honor and acknowledge Steve. You know, and you know, Steve said that they found peace with one another, so that's great. And again, you know, no matter how great the art is, nothing would get out there without the voice of Stan Lee promoting it, right? This is, by the way, that previous image was the Jack Kirby original kind of thought to be design as Steve remembers it versus Steve's design, which of course looks like Spider-Man, and of course Doctor Strange over here. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and as they say in comic books, to be continued.